Gaza. This Palestinian man and his family have found a temporary refuge in Johannesburg. They are among the 130 Palestinians that South Africa granted entry into the country without travel papers, after initially barring them. He spoke to Reuters at an unidentified location in Johannesburg and did not give his name.
We arrived in South Africa through an organization that assists with evacuations. From a humanitarian perspective, I registered through a link that was shared on social media. They contacted me to confirm whether I still wish to travel, to get ready to travel. So I said, okay. I got ready and we left.
Peace and Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane, host is in Chiva Sono. And we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, let me tell you something. Our refugees are from, our asylum seekers from Palestine are settling in quite well. Softly in an undisclosed area somewhere in Joburg. It looks like a hotel. That looks like a flipping hotel. I know, guys, Zakala, but you know what? I'm not going to be angry. I always put myself in people's situation, and that is the problem with us African people. Sizwela abanye abantu ubuhlungu, mara bethu abantu asibazwela ubuhlungu. You can imagine if you have to shift the scenario and say Congolese that are war torn by the what do they call them, M33 or something like that, were taken with a plane and they landed in South Africa. These Christians that are killed in the northwest of Nigeria were taken in a plane and brought to South Africa. Our Sudanese families have been put in a plane, escaping the genocide that is happening in Sudan, that is bigger than the one in Palestine, by the way, when you count the number of fatalities. They were moved in a plane and they were brought into South Africa undocumented, passports not stamped, whatever. And 1 day, 2 days later, they are in a hotel. And South Africans are sitting there in a zozo, thinking how. What is it? You know, I once had this idea. Let me talk about that. Just give me a second. I once had this idea that all the poor people that are unemployed, don't have a place to stay, they must take their family and friends who are poor. I'm talking about living under the breadline, not even the 370. You don't even have the 370. You try to register, you don't have. Take all of your friends and everything and march to a maximum prison and say, listen, take us in. We don't want to break any law, but the people who are living in this prison are living 10 times better than some people who are working in South Africa. How much did they say? We are spending more than, I think, 600, 700 or something like that per day for a prisoner. It's crazy. Anyway, let me come back. You know, I was supposed to go to Paseta building grounds today to meet the constructor. There's some work that we need to do, some calculations that we need to do for the next project that we are commencing very soon. But it's raining. He called me, said it's raining. In Kimberley, it's raining. Also, we appreciate the rain in Kimberley. Northern Cape is the hottest province in South Africa, and not only that, the driest province in South Africa. So when we get rain, like rain that it has been raining since last night, so we appreciate that. We thank the heavens for pouring down on us. We will take those blessings. So I will go probably tomorrow. The weather is clearing up tomorrow, and I will make some videos for you guys from that side. But thank you so much for donating to the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. If you haven't heard and you just clicked on the video because you saw Palestine headings and everything, we are building a Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. What we want to do is to infiltrate the education system to favor the African child. So we want to teach African history, we want to teach economics, we want to teach technology, we want to teach agriculture, and we want to teach what we call military studies. We want to make sure that our child is fully packaged as a human being and can able to stand on their own, being independent from government, being independent from everything else that seeks to control the African child. That's the type of schools that we want to build. When we say we want to build Africanized schools and not schools in Africa, that is the differentiating part. You can build another school, but what is that school going to do for the African child? You need to build Africanized schools. So that's what we are doing, and we are going in on a campaign for the past 1 year, because Paseta is 1 year old. We're saying, listen, people, can you donate 50 Rand? And people are sending some 50 Rand, and we're building and then reporting to you guys as things unfold. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know more about Paseta. Just type www.paseta.africa and you will know more about us. Okay. 130 Palestinians have been granted entry without the relevant papers, which is okay. That's what South Africa. I don't want to hear any South African that is fighting these Palestinian people. The only fight that we have as Pan-Africanists is that they left the Afro Palestinians behind. The black Palestinians are left behind. So that's the only fight, actually. Yeah, we just want to get our brothers and sisters also part of this joyride that these Arabs are getting. So that's the only fight that we are having. Get our people also there. They are black Palestinians. Why were they not on the plane? But the way this guy was speaking, that I applied online and they told me, if you are ready, let's go, and all of those things. The way he speaks, it looks like there was selected few families that came. It was not everyone come in, let's go, like people are suggesting. It looks like you selected few. It's 100 and something people. That's a very small number. I know some people say, King, there's been another plane that came and all of that. We have Ukrainians that came to South Africa. We've got Israelites that came to South Africa, and we probably have many more that we don't even know about. We probably have many other nations like China and other nations that we don't even know about. Tina, we know nothing. And there's this other boss of mine who likes to say, you know nothing. So, yeah, we probably know nothing. But when it comes to these ones, I'm like, South Africans would behave differently. And I said, okay, what does March and Dudula say? And luckily, they had a response. They were at the airport.
So we have arrived at Tambo International Airport regarding the matter of the Palestinians that have landed in our country illegally. Fellow comrades, we are addressing this issue. We have stood up as March, MK Labor, and civil organization, Dudula movement, all the patriotic forces that are patriotic about our country. We say no to everything that is illegal in South Africa. Everybody, no to anyone that is coming to our country. We say no illegal immigrants are allowed in our country. It's Africa, it's Palestine, it's Israel. No illegal immigrant allowed in our country. If you have no document, they must be sent back at home. That's where we stand currently. We are here, we are investigating the matter. If nobody is listening to us when we address this issue, I'm going to mobilize the people from Comex, the causes of formal settlement right here at the airport. We are going to address this matter. I submit.
Okay, so Operation Dudula, the MK Labor Desk, and the March and March organizations have come out speaking against what is happening here. They say we are and patriotic South Africans, they say they are against anything that is illegal. Well, Home Affairs just legalized this thing. Home Affairs legalized whatever happened in that plane. They took in the people and they said, we are going to assist the people. Home Affairs legalized this whole thing. So now these ones that are settled somewhere in a hotel, that's a hotel, man. It's somewhere in a hotel in Johannesburg, probably going to be spread some around South Africa. We're going to start seeing Palestinians can't speak English, can't blend with the South African community. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. it's illegal now. You can't cry. You can't cry foul. March and March. You can't. You said, listen, March and March, Operation Dudula must stop thinking that they can fool us South Africans to say they are fighting against illegal people. They are not fighting against illegal people. They are fighting against the foreigners in general. They are saying foreigners must not work in South Africa, whether legal or not legal. We saw with Operation Dudula fighting people who say, I've got my papers. My tuck shop is registered. Here's the papers. Here's the thing. They still fight. We saw Operation Dudula discriminating against Tsonga-speaking South Africans. I played the clips here. You guys have seen the clips multiple times, where even South Africans fall victim. Because we've always said, after you fight the foreigners, you are going to start fighting each other. It's already happening. And people who don't see that don't want to see it. So Operation Dudula, March and whatever, they are not fighting. They are not fighting illegal, undocumented foreigners. That's not the thing. Their thing is that when you are Nigerian, it doesn't matter if you are legal or not legal here. It doesn't matter if you came here with what a working visa, whatever. Mabahambe. Prove me wrong. They want all of them to go, so that they say, go and fight in your country. Go and solve the problems in your country. Here in South Africa, we want South Africans to work. You guys can't work here at the petrol station. You guys can't work at the restaurants. You guys can't work at the clinics. You can't work at the hospital. You must not work in the university. We don't care how you got here. Legal or illegal, go home. That is what I'm getting when I watch the videos online. It's unfiltered. Because they have some justified anger towards illegal things that are happening. I condemn in the highest order the issue of people coming from Nigeria, coming from whatever, human trafficking, drugs, and all of those things. But we have always maintained that South Africa has got a policing issue. This is what Mkhonazi is showing us. Police are rotten to the core. They are not doing their job. On top of that, you've got Home Affairs officials who sell these documents to these people who are not fully qualified. But because of a fee, South Africans, because of their frustration of their situation at work, they work with cartels and everything. The Home Affairs must be investigated entirely. All the documents that were handed, citizenship that was given to foreigners and everything, non-South Africans that were given citizenship, all of those things, they must be checked for the past since 1994. And then we say, you fight these ones that are African descent. What about the ones that are Dutch descent that gave themselves citizenship? Who gave the African people citizenship? Who gave the British citizenship in South Africa? Who told them, oh, now you are African? Who is that person? Can we meet that person? We can have a small meeting with that person? Who said to Afrikaners, now you are citizens of South Africa? Who? You see, our problem starts from way back. And we want to ignore that one. But these are also what we call aliens. These are also people that are not from our continent. They are the true foreigners. But we don't want to say foreigners. We use nice words like settlers. They settled here. They settled here from where? But anyway, our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, said, listen, let's let them in. Let's help them to document.
Yesterday, we had a plane of 160, we're carrying 160 Palestinians landing at OR Tambo. And these are people from Gaza who somehow mysteriously were put on a plane that passed by Nairobi and came here. And I got to hear about it from my Minister of Home Affairs, wanting to know, what do we do now? And I said, we cannot turn them back. Even though they do not have the necessary documents and papers, these are people from a strife-torn, a war-torn country. And out of compassion, out of empathy, we must receive them and be able to deal with the situation that they are facing. And it does seem like they were being, flushed out. We will get the details later, but from a humanitarian point of view, we could not return them from whence they have come, and we had to accept them, and they are now here, and we are going to be processing everything about them and then deciding precisely what needs to be done.
It's just unfortunate Cyril Ramaphosa is not going to be president for much longer. I want to constantly remind you, Cyril Ramaphosa will not be president of our country up until the local elections next year. You'll come back and say the king said so. We will get a resignation from Cyril Ramaphosa. Believe you me. Believe you me. Let these pala things stand up and everything. Even this state capture commission, because this Madlanga commission is the real state capture. Is the real estate capture. You can't compare what is happening in Madlanga and try to say Zuma and the Guptas captured South Africa. You can't. It's uncomparable. You can't compare the two. They are not even in the same league. They're not in the same league. So don't even try to compare those people. The Guptas, they did not capture the judiciary. They did not capture the police. They did not capture so many things. But this Madlanga Commission is the real estate capture commission, and it's happening under the watch of Cyril Ramaphosa. He will not last. Anyways, he says our president. Imagine the people reporting. Does South Africa have intelligence? How can a president say they entered in a mystery plane somewhere? Hey, president. Hey, president. People can enter in a mystery plane somewhere and land in your country. President, come on, president. Don't do that. Says we cannot turn them back. It's fine. That's okay if you say so, my president. Out of compassion and out of empathy, we must receive them. Okay, my president. I wish Paseta had financial power to buy a plane and take it to Sudan and say, bring my people. Bring my people. My people are not going to suffer and die like goats like this. If you guys watch the videos I was watching some of them yesterday with a lawyer friend of mine who I'm going to bring to this podcast very soon. He's a colleague also. I was showing him the videos. He has never seen the videos. So I've got some videos on my phone of people being beheaded, things like that. So I was showing it to him what is happening in Sudan, because we were talking about Palestine. And so I was looking at the phone. Kanti, my friend, has got tears in his eyes. He's got tears in his eyes. And as I say, he said, stop that video. Stop that video. Don't show me any of those videos anymore. That's how serious the situation is in Palestine. I mean, in Sudan, excuse me. Very serious. But we don't know. We don't know because it's not televised. It's not captured. It's African people. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We must have compassion for these people. We must have compassion for people who are racist against our own people in Palestine. So we must now think from a humanitarian point of view. But when it's a Congolese, we can't think from a humanitarian point of view. They can't be here illegal. Yes, we don't have a president, Tina Vele. We know, but the time bomb is ticking. I'm not going to be one of those people who will feel sorry for Cyril Ramaphosa. I'm not. If you look at where he comes from, how he got where he is, it will be good riddance for me. I promise you. But anyways, that's the whole situation about these Palestinians who are here somewhere in a hotel. Hey, these NGOs, they've got money. These NGOs. Because because they are saying you can't just throw them in the streets and say go, because yes. Leave your thoughts on the comment section. And guys, I'm trying to chase 60,000 subscribers by the end of 31 December. I will appreciate it if you have been watching the content and you are enjoying it. Only if you are enjoying the content and you are getting something from what we are saying. Click the subscribe button. Just click the subscribe button, give a thumbs up, and if you've got 2 seconds or 3 seconds, leave your thoughts on the comment section and we will engage each other there. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray, but after you pray, stand up, African child, do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.